No mom, dad, younger brother, and aunt I'll keep on doing my little tradition, by user throwaway coca girl. I, 27F, had an older brother, 25M, who died in 2014. He was the older brother any girl wanted, and we were close. He taught me valuable lessons in life, such as cooking, driving, and never giving up, showed me anime manga, would go on little road trips, and we would flat out ignored our parents' favoritism with my younger brother. Sadly, he died when a shooting happened. He was not a criminal, he was only eating and it happened and there was an investigation, and police found he was not involved in any illegal activity, and one of the bullets killed him instantly. He was only 25 and I was 19 in 2014. I would lie if I said that I didn't fall into a deep depression. It came to the point where I stopped eating and lost around 55 pounds in a month and a half after his passing. I only drank water and milk that would fill me up. I didn't want to get better, until one day my former sister-in-law called me to tell me that he left me some things. I met up with her and the stuff he left behind was an album with Polaroid pictures of our crazy adventures, graphic anime tees and a chain with both of our initials. I was in tears and decided to get help because he would love to see me happy, and not die of sadness. It's been years since his passing and I am doing a lot better, and I have a tradition that on his birthday that I would leave flowers in his grave. I only stay 2 minutes then leave after singing him happy birthday. My therapist said this was a good idea. However, my parents, 50M and 59F, younger brother, 22M, and aunt, 52F, decided to have an intervention, thinking religiously that I was doing something satanic, that I was calling out the dead, that they should have thrown the things he left me in the garbage and that I should attend to their church to see if the Lord gets those diabolical ideas out of your head. I was shocked and told them that I won't stop doing this tradition and I won't be attending their church, that this is their older son, and that if they keep behaving like this, I won't feel bad at all for having to go and see with them. They kept on yelling at me, and my aunt went as far as to throw holy water at me. I had it and told them that when they stop being religious nuts we'll talk, but as of today, I want nothing to do with them. I left before any of them could say anything. It's been a week since the incident, and I have blocked their numbers. I just saved myself from toxic family members and I won't go back there ever again. I am treated like a prisoner, by user 0k Boomer. I, F18, just turned 18, 2 months ago. My mom begged me to stay at home and I gave in, and am still currently living with her and my stepdad. I recently got a job at a popular coffee shop, and they recently got jobs at a local zoo down the road from us. My stepdad confiscated my debit card so I have no access to my money and they decided to take $300 out of my account without my knowledge for bills. I don't even have a car or license yet because nobody wants to help me, and I'm only staying at home because they wanted me to. On top of that, I still have to ask for permission to do things, even though I am 18 and paying bills with them now, and they always say no. I just had to get this off my chest because I have no idea what I should do. Father thinks he is entitled to me, by user Maupi. This is about me, 28F, and my biological father, M. As you can tell, our relationship is strained. I seriously don't know how old my father is. I guess I could calculate it, I just really don't want to bother. My parents divorced when I was super young and I stayed with my grandmother and uncle, my father's youngest brother, and since I had no other male figures in my life my uncle became dad. When I was 14 he married my mother and became my stepfather in a legal sense. But for the first 14 years it was grandma, dad, and I. And court-ordered summer holidays. Dad seriously wanted the best for me and he thought that keeping me in contact with my father and stepmother would be the best for me. Spoiler, it was not. It really fucked me up. When I took too much dinner on my plate, I had to sit and eat it all. If I did not manage I had to wait till bedtime and then eat it for breakfast, cold. If I could not do it, lunch cold, then dinner. The most I remember 3 days. I have IBS so that was extra fucked. I was locked in my room for basically anything, still better than the innocent slaps. In the mornings when I awoke before them, every room other than a small guest toilet was locked. Once my stepmother took all my pocket money from me because I spent it in useless trinkets. Trust me, I did not understand. I was always told my money is mine and I can do with it as I please. Not that I got it from them, but my pocket money was from Dad. My half-brother came in the picture when I was 6. I will never forget how I went to the bathroom in a fast food place before eating and my brother ate my burger while I was gone. Their response? Survival of the fittest. I must have been 10 to 11 and no, I did not get anything else to eat nor was I allowed to buy myself food. While all of this is not yet entitled, I feel those incidents paint a pretty good picture in terms of what my holidays were like. I was always happy when Dad picked me up. I was told later by Dad that my stepmother told him we will get her whatever it takes, she is ours. I had a very solid social worker and DOS wanted me to be part of the decision, so it never happened. One day around time for pickup, Dad was late. That was on purpose. My brother was now in the picture and my dad considered actually having me live with them. You know, a real family instead of uncle and grandma. He changed his mind after I cried from the moment we left their driveway until we arrived home. I was so afraid he would actually leave me there. Now, because my grandmother is still alive, I tried to keep the peace, called on birthdays and stuff. And exactly that happened recently. I called my father, listened for around 30 minutes to all kind of conspiracy shit and how sad it is that teachers can't properly punish children anymore, and just said as little as possible. For me, the kicker came when it was time to hang up. Father, you could really call more often, not only on birthdays. Me, you know you have a phone, too. Father, haha, nice try, this is your responsibility. My fucking what now? He really thinks that. He did not even call me when I was in hospital in February. I did that to inform him. This is the second time we had the exact same conversation. It is my responsibility to keep a relationship? No, it is his privilege. That was the last call from me ever. I am not property. And I am rambling, I know, this just weighs heavy in me for all the years I spent trying. I actually have the most amazing dad in the world and I can leave that idiot in the dust. I am actually working on an adult adoption right now, so that should anything happen to him later in life I am not viable for financial support and he actually becomes my responsibility. Thanks for reading. Entitled Neighbors Think They Are Entitled to Our Swimming Pool, by user_agent_b_anana. So a little bit of context. My father is really good in stocks and he bought shares in the right places a while back. Later, the stocks blew up, making us rich. We have moved to a good neighborhood, in a house with a pool. My dad bought a Jeep Wrangler and we are well off. Now we have the best house in the neighborhood, one of the 4 which actually have a pool. Right next to ours is a fairly small house, with a very small backyard, and living in it is a family with 3 kids, who are tenants. They are very entitled. The very first day of our pool being filled up, they helped their 3 kids climb up the fence, did the same themselves, and started to use our pool. When me and my twin bro went to the pool, we were shocked to see random people using our pool. We told our parents and the conversation between them went as such. Dad, hello, can you please tell me who allowed you to use the pool? Ed, not knowing that we own this house, oh, we're good friends with the owner, he lets us use it when he isn't around. Dad, oh, I must be mistaken cause as far as I can remember, we own this house. Pulls out LE keys. Ed, well, you weren't using this when we got here, so you have to wait now. Dad, expression saying, is this dude for real? Sir, the door is locked, there is no back door, so you probably climbed the fence, which is trespassing, so I can get you arrested. So before this escalates to that point, I suggest you leave. Ed, well, you have no proof. Dad points to camera, you were saying? Emma, just let the kids swim, they really want to. Dad, ma'am, there is a community pool nearby, you can go there with your kids. No, there is too many people there. Dad, ma'am, sir, please leave, or we will call the cops. Emma, fine, we're leaving. We had to clean the pool again, as the kids had wet dirt on their feet and one of the kids peed in the pool. How do we know, you ask? Well, he was standing outside the pool and peed in it. Caught on camera. Seriously unbelievable. Entitled Parents Are Forcing Me to Change My Daughter's Name, by user TransportationOC 3707. My F called a couple days ago and demanded that my daughter's name have my maiden name. For context, I am ethnically Filipino but a second-gen immigrant, as I immigrated when I was 6 years old. Filipino tradition is such that the child's middle name must be the mother's maiden name. For example, my mother's maiden is Smith, fake, therefore, my middle name is Smith. My daughter had just graduated HS and my parents received a picture of her diploma. When they looked at the photo, they realized it did not have their last name / my maiden name on it. They were very upset. Given that me and my husband are culturally American but ethnically Filipino, husband is like half, we decided to give her a new name for her middle name and have her hold her father's last name. I was also forced to have a hyphenated last name. Even though I wanted my husband's last name, I conceded on having both names since my parents paid for my education. It's hell to deal with even to this day. F complained and demanded that I change her name. I told them we are Americans and live in America, including my parents, therefore, we will use what is culturally appropriate. He told me he does not care about the American way and that I am turning my back on the right, Filipino, way. My daughter is already 18 years old. I can't legally do anything regarding her name anymore. I had told him that, but he yelled and demanded I must get it done. Not my daughter, me. And I better, or else. Personally, I have a myriad of reasons why I don't want my daughter to have my maiden name. A lot of issues such as FAFSA, schooling, and even inheritance could also be on the line if she were to change her name. Plus, she just doesn't want a different name. My daughter said no, and both husband and I agree with her. Later that night, she called them and told them, very nicely, that she will in no way change her name. The only reason she would is if she gets married in the future. F threw a fit on the phone and she ignored him and hung up. They haven't spoken to me since. I want to talk to my parents again, but if they're going to throw a fit over a name and continuously be upset, especially over a name they knew about for 18 years, then I will cut ties. I hope they get their act together. Edit, I read comments that my title was misleading/clickbait. I do agree, but I don't think I can change it. It wasn't something I intentionally decided, but this issue is still currently going on ATM. Other family members have gotten involved and things are very chaotic right now.